there are a few people, a number of people responsible for really making this program happen, and more importantly, making it such a success that it is. And I really want to thank everyone who's been involved in putting it together. You will see in your material, by the way, and I hope you all got the material, and to the extent that you were unable to download the material, because we have a really very good book and a fairly extensive appendix of court decisions and Justice Department pleadings and defense pleadings, et cetera. If you have difficulty downloading it, just see anyone at the in the registration office, and they'll help you download it and even give you a memory stick if you need one with it downloaded. But I urge you to get it. If you want the book, you can also talk to Ernestine Murphy about it and how to get it. But we have a planning committee that, believe it or not, starts working in May to organize this program, which is in March. So it's really a lot of work, and we try to come up with, anticipate in May, the issues that are likely to still be of interest to everyone in March. And it's always a little difficult when there's a change in administration, but I think somehow it ends up working well. I also, in particular, want to thank a few people who are, instrumental in really making this program happen. One is the ABA staff, Ernestine Murphy, Donna Williams, and a whole staff that really logistically does everything that needs to be done to make this happen, as well as Alyssa Amadei, who really helps put the book. However, one person who was critical, not only in organizing the book, but also instrumental in really putting the book together, was Maggie O'Donnell, who of Zuckerman Spader, who really did a magnificent job, and really, without whose help, both in the organization of the conference and the book, some of this couldn't have happened. I also want to thank Marcus Hasbun, who's of Zuckerman Spader in Tampa, who also was very active and very instrumental in helping organize the program, helping me organize it. And so I do want to thank the Zuckerman Spader, the firm, for being the sole sponsor of the official White Collar Crime Institute reception this afternoon at 6:30, which I'm told is going to be outdoors. So Roger Zuckerman assured me that the weather would be good for his reception. So beyond that, we really appreciate there are a number of law firms and organizations that have been sponsors of this institute. You know who they are. You've seen their names everywhere. And we really appreciate the fact that they're helping this happen. This year, we're particularly proud of the fact that we have really the largest representation of both general counsel, in-house counsel, and judges, in addition to the fairly large representation that we have of the Justice Department and other prosecuting agencies. One of the things I mentioned yesterday, which I hope you'll be around tomorrow, since we do have an important ethics panel tomorrow, if you need the ethics credit, is that tomorrow morning before the ethics panel, the last panel, Ken Blanco, the acting attorney general for the criminal division, will be speaking. So that I'm not sure if that made it to the brochure, but he'll be here tomorrow morning. With the last thing I want to mention, because I think it's important, I know it's important to a lot of you, please don't forget to register for CLE, for your CLE certificate. It's a new procedure this year. In front of the registration office, there's a desk there. You will get your certificate apparently later on, but don't forget to register, because they can't issue it once if you haven't registered, if you haven't signed the paper. With that, I'd like to introduce for a few minutes the chair-elect of the Criminal Justice Section, whom all of you know, who's been here every year almost since the first conference many, many years ago, Sandy Weinberg.
This conference, as everybody knows, this institute would not work without Ray. And when I got this call on Tuesday afternoon, I was up in Tampa, and it was Ray, and he was frantic. And he had come, and this room was in 4 or 5 different sections. There were tables all over the place, and he literally spent 12 hours and finally got management from some other part of the country to work this out. And he's really done this every year, and this year, folks at Zuckerman Spader have worked closely with Ray, and I never did understand how much work it really is. So thank you so much, Ray. I really appreciate it. And for those of you that were not here yesterday, the chair of the Criminal Justice Section, Matt Riedel, who's a wonderful prosecutor from Wyoming, welcomed everyone. But I also would like to welcome you on behalf of the Criminal Justice Section of the ABA. It's an incredible section. White collar is a very important part, but only a part of what the Criminal Justice Section does. We're a collaboration of judges, academics, defense lawyers, public defenders, state prosecutors, and federal prosecutors, and we work together to work on all kinds of issues. And it's really interesting, and I would encourage you, particularly younger lawyers that want to get involved with the Criminal Justice Section. We have task forces, we work on standards, we work on all kinds of issues. The Clemency Project was a project that was really driven by one of our former chairs who's here, Jim Feldman, collateral consequences. We have a task force now on Title IX to put together standards for universities, so hopefully we'll have some fairness in the future, for both victims and the accused. So we do a lot of things. And then finally, I know over the years people have commented that, the same old thing. We've really made an effort, and Ray's made an effort, and the Planning Committee has made an effort in the last few years to really introduce new and different programs. This year we had a general counsel program. We have a judges panel. We have a Fourth Amendment thing that we're doing tomorrow, which you get some ethics credit for too from technology. We have a storytelling with prominent women lawyers this afternoon. So we're trying to do different things, and I would encourage you. Our planning starts in May, but if you have ideas about new and different things that you would like to see and do, to let us know earlier rather than later. So thank you very much.